We recently spent a few days with our elder son, his wife and family some 200 miles from where we live. A regular visit, but this time coinciding with their wedding anniversary and their younger daughter's birthday, so lots to be grateful for and to celebrate. Elder son asked if we could look after the children for an hour on the Saturday afternoon as he had something to go and see with his wife. Of course, no problem, thinking it might be a new sofa or fridge or carpet they wanted to be able to look at in peace, rather than doing so whilst corralling children. Most of us hearing this will fully understand their request. They went and they came back an hour later saying, "We've bitten the bullet." They'd been to their local garage and bought a car. We thought it to be a replacement for their existing and recently less than reliable car. No, it was an additional car, not what we quite expected, but that's really what they need when one works out of town 5 days a week and parenting continues to be an endless succession of trips around the town, and walking and busing and taxiing can no longer meet the needs. There is a cost and convenience balance to be struck. All of which reminded me of a surprise shopping trip to the Meadow Hall Centre on the outskirts of Sheffield back in 2011. My company had booked a room for an architectural design seminar at the Source at Meadow Hall, a business centre across the car park from the shopping centre. The hotel we were staying in was also adjacent to the shops, so before we all went over to TGI Fridays for our beery tea, I had an hour to spare, which was great as it gave me a chance to go and look for a cardigan. Yes, a cardigan, which for some reason I had my eyes on. From this perspective, years later, I cannot remember why I had this sudden crush on such a staid item of clothing. In the end, I did not buy one then, even if I did 13 years later, when such an item of clothing is de rigueur for the mature male. Back to Meadow Hall, and not finding what I wanted in any of the clothing outlets I visited, on my way out and back to the hotel, I found myself staring at the displays of computer goods in the Apple store. One thing led to another. I walked in, engaged with one of their advisors, and half an hour later I walked out with a brand new MacBook Pro under my arm. Now, this is most unlike me, but quickly weighing up in my mind the state of our home PC, not good and rather old, and the likely speed and efficiency of a new MacBook, it wasn't really a difficult decision. I wasn't caught at a vulnerable moment, but for a change, I actually had time to give this purchase devoted attention, which would have been extremely unlikely during my normal working week. So I went for a cardigan and came back with a Mac. An unusual shopping trip for the father and also for the son, but at least I ended up spending a lot less money.